Take five. How y'all doing? I'm Yosh, and welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Chicago. This episode takes place in South Holland, which is actually a south suburb of Chicago. South Holland is actually home to one of the most haunted cemeteries in the state and possibly in the U.S. Right? So this night, around 8:30 p.m., I am sitting in my vehicle, parked in my vehicle, facing my mother's garage. Also, I should note that myself, my husband, and my three small children are living at home with my mother during this incident, so I'm pretty stressed. So yeah, I'm sitting in my vehicle and I am preparing to become unstressed. And I have the windows cracked a little bit. As I'm preparing, I hear the sound of someone walking down the street. So, like, instinctively, I glance up to look out the window when I see this figure coming down the street. Now, interesting part is I could hear the person's footsteps coming, like approaching, even though they were like mad far back, like they were like not close enough for me to be able to hear them. And then I noticed how huge, like how big the figure was, right? So I'm going to age myself a little bit, but I'm also going to tell you I'm only 25. But if you're 25 like me, you might know about this wrestler called The Undertaker, right? So this is what the figure looked like from far, far away. A big, giant, huge Undertaker walking towards me. And not necessarily a white man, because I couldn't see the skin of the figure. I could only see like the shadow. I could see that they had on a hat. They had long stringy hair and what sounded like spurs or chains or something on their boots, like, because they're walking, and I can hear the kind of dragging, the slow dragging of their feet, right? So I'm looking and I'm trying to make the figure out, like, as they're walking down the street, and it sounds like I could hear like a laughter, like it's coming from the figure, but also like it's in my head, right? Okay. And this is when I noticed that the figure is, I can't see the skin again. It's just like a black figure and the eyes are red. I call my husband, I pick up my phone and I'm like, come outside. I'm scared. It's a big giant man walking down the street, right? By the time I'm calling him, I feel like I could hear myself. I know I called him because he came outside, right? To see what was going on, right? And he responded to the words that I know I said. But I feel like I must have been quietly saying it to him and almost like in my head saying it to him, whispering it to him, because the man was walking past and still seemed like he seemed huge from a distance. He seemed pretty big walking past me, walking right up on me, but I still couldn't tell his skin tone, like the color of his skin, even when he would walk under the street lights. It was like, and then and when he was close by, I could definitely hear a little like a laughing growl, kind of, if that makes any sense. So by the time he passes behind the car, right, I got the phone in my head, I see my husband come out and stop like right by the car, and he's looking in the direction of the thing, right? So now I whip my head around and he's just walking away just as smooth and just as slow. It was almost like a saunter, like he was sauntering, not walking or even gliding. He was just like not even a strut, like a saunter, like what I imagine a half man, half octopus, like on, not I imagine, on Monsters Inc., the thing that was like how he would walk, and it would be like a little bit, you could tell he walking because they was trying to make it seem like that, but it was just like, it was tentacles. He glided past like that, kind of, right? And I'm like, you see, I'm asking him, like, you see that man, right? You saw that man? He like, yeah, I see him. But he just kept walking, right? Scared the hell out of me. I did not, it didn't scare me enough not to unstress myself. I just made my husband sit in the car with me. So, but yeah, like, that was a strange occurrence. If I could try to find any images of this entity, I'll definitely throw it right up here. I'll throw it right here for you, because whoa, man. Oh, and if you had any experiences like that or similar, like, reach out and let me know. But thank you again for joining me on this episode. Thank you again for joining me on this episode of Paranormal Chicago.